Alright, so Google just did something that's honestly kind of terrifying. They built an AI that can read your DNA better than any human scientist ever could. And I'm not talking about the stuff we already knew about. I'm talking about the 98% of your DNA that scientists have been calling junk for the past 20 years because they literally had no idea what it did. Yeah, turns out it's not junk. And what it actually does, that's where this gets really weird. What's going on, everyone? So last month, and I'm honestly surprised this didn't make bigger news, Google's DeepMind dropped this thing called AlphaGenome. And when I first read the research paper, I literally had to read it twice because I thought I was missing something. This AI can take 1,000,000 DNA letters and tell you exactly what each one does to your body. 1,000,000 letters in one go. Imagine having a book with 3 billion pages, and for 20 years you could read only every 50th page. Now suddenly, someone gives you glasses that let you read every single word and understand what it means. That's basically what just happened. Here's the thing that's been driving scientists absolutely insane. When you look at human DNA, only about 2% actually codes for proteins, the stuff we think of as genes. The other 98%, complete mystery. Some people call it junk DNA, evolutionary leftovers, basically useless. But here's what's messed up. When people get cancer, when they develop genetic diseases, when medications don't work, a lot of the time the problem isn't in that 2% we understood. It's in that mysterious 98%. So AlphaGenome, this is where it gets absolutely wild. This AI doesn't just read DNA sequences, it understands context. Like it knows that a DNA sequence at position 50,000 might completely change what happens at position 800,000. That's insane when you think about it. We're talking about predicting gene expression, understanding how mutations cause disease, and figuring out why some people respond to drugs differently. Okay, so why should you actually care about this? Think about it. Every time you've wondered why you get certain diseases and your sibling doesn't, or why some people age like they're 30 when they're 60, a lot of those answers are hiding in that 98% of DNA we couldn't read until now. This isn't just cool science. We're talking about actual personalized medicine, cancer treatments designed specifically for your DNA. Now, if you're curious about how this actually works, AlphaGenome uses something called a UNet transformer architecture. Basically, it's like having pattern recognition that can zoom in on tiny details while also seeing the massive big picture. The crazy part is it only has 450 million parameters. ChatGPT has 175 billion. And here's the really exciting part. They're not keeping this locked up. The research is public. Tools are being made available to scientists worldwide. So we're probably going to see an explosion of discoveries in the next few years. I'm talking about genetic diseases that have puzzled doctors for decades finally being understood. Drug development that used to take 15 years might happen in 5. We might finally understand why some people live to 100 while others don't. So yeah, Google just basically gave us a universal translator for the secret 98% of our DNA. And honestly, I think we're going to look back on this as one of those moments where everything changed. What do you think? Does this excite you or freak you out? Because honestly, I'm feeling both. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.